Hi everyone, welcome to the second video in this series of 3 from Magical Worlds by Johanna Basford, and we're doing these butterflies. I think they are moths, but I'm colouring them really bright colours, and I'm sure they are brightly coloured moths, but I sort of think of them as butterflies somehow. But anyway, whatever we call them, here we are on the next one. Let's just move that into the centre a little bit. There we go. Now, I'm going to do this one in a different set of colours to the first one. I'm going to again start with the greys though. Excuse me. Let's have a little look. I'm sorry, it's the same day recording as I recorded the first video, so I sound just as bad as I did then. But as I said in the other video, I am beginning to feel better. So that's good. All I need now is a good night's sleep. I haven't been able to sleep very well, but it's okay. I'm actually very used to not having a good sleep. Firstly, with having twins, you don't sleep. You don't sleep for like months. And then with the hot flushes waking me up in the night as well, but fortunately those have gone now, so I'm getting there, but yeah, I can cope. I'm lucky, I feel, because I work from home, so I don't have to put pressure on myself to do very much. So I'm going to try to just make this, I'm going to sharpen this pencil and just try and make these upper bits a little bit darker. You'll see what I mean. So trying to just colour this in more like that, and then sort of fade it off. Yeah, it's such a sunny day, and my mum rang me earlier and went, "Oh, it's a good, nice day out again, isn't it?" I was like, "I haven't been out." I did go out in the end, but I hadn't been out. Oh, she said, "Well, yeah, I can hear that you're not well." Yeah, this is warm grey 4. I'm actually using all the same colours that I did for the other one. I think it's quite good to have some sort of consistency between them. You don't have to. It's just the way I like to do it. I'm just blocking that bit in, really. I'm not sure. Maybe dark on the edges. A few more layers around the edge. I feel like that needs to be a bit paler in the middle. Then we use a paler one for the rest. But it is sunny. It was very heavy frost again. Well, warm grey 3. I say very heavy. It was, I think it got down to -5, which is colder than it has been for quite a while at night. But in the day, I think it's like 10 degrees or something. So, you know, because there's no cloud, the sun comes out, and the sun's getting quite warm now. We're into March. I did have my big coat on. I think it was still big coat weather. But maybe there were people in light coats, and there was someone had their top wrapped around their waist, but they were power walking, is how I would describe it. She was going so fast, so I guess she'd got herself warm. I wasn't going particularly fast, so I was quite glad to have my coat on until I got near home, and then I started getting warm. Now, I'm trying to look at this and thinking about colours. So I want to avoid blue and green, because, excuse me, we've done that turquoisey one. So I'm thinking, should we do purple and pink? Or we could go something like orange and purple to really sort of brighten it up. I think maybe pinks might be a little better. I think orange might be a little bit mad. So let's start with the light magenta, like we did with our first one. Just going to layer it all over, and then I will come back, and you might not feel this is worth it because we're going to come back and colour over it all again, but it gives me an opportunity to still be doing something while I'm looking. So I'm actually observing the pattern as I colour, and this base coat will work really well, so it'll be great. Now, what I find quite odd about this light magenta is that I don't feel it goes very well with the magenta. And it sounds a bit ridiculous, but I think there are other colours that work better with it. so we probably won't use the actual magenta, but I might change my mind, who knows. So just doing this edge bit. Like that, and then we're done for our beginning layer. Now, something we didn't do on the butterfly yesterday was put any shadow underneath the top wing onto the bottom wing. I'm having a think. I might do that. I might not. I am going to use this colour. It's a favourite of mine. This is the middle purple pink. I rather like it. You would think it might go better with the light purple pink, but I think it works with the light magenta. Oh, I've got an itchy arm. There's something I was saying to the doctor, actually, that the HRT hasn't stopped my itchy skin, which I hoped it might. But my itchy skin, of course, could be more down to the fact that it's the end of the winter and we had the central heating on for a long time, rather than anything to do with the menopause. It's always hard to tell, isn't it? But I don't think the other one really helped it either, the other one that I was on, so it was good. She was asking me all sorts of weird questions. I won't repeat them. I was glad I was talking to her on the phone. I think I might have blushed with some of the questions she was asking me. I was thinking, well, I know you're my doctor, but I don't really want to talk to you about that. Anyway, won't go any further. Yeah, it was quite funny. But yeah, I had some fun this morning. I was sorting out. I'd been gifted a new pencil case, thanks to Becky. She sent me one in the post, which was really lovely, and it was very odd in the sense there was a sticker on it and it said 120 slot. And when I opened it up, I thought, this isn't 120. And so I started putting in a pencil set that was... No, did it say 200? I can't remember. But anyway, the sticker was wrong because when I opened it, it had far more slots than it said it did, which was excellent news. I'm going to colour this little bit here. I'm going to sort of fade it off a bit. So the set that I was going to put in it was going to leave me loads of empty slots. So I was like, oh no. So I took that back out and left it in its tin for now. Well, I think I'm going to do this line here. I'll put it in a pencil case another time when I get another one. But so I put in my Castle Arts pencils. Now I quickly dropped a little note to Castle Arts customer services to ask them whether the pastel tint and harmonious pencils were meant to fit in with the gold or the soft touch. Now I always thought they were meant to fit in with the soft touch, but I wanted to just check, and they confirmed that to me. So I mixed them up. Now I do have a chart on my Ko-fi shop with this particular information that I'm about to share with you. I think I'm going to use the light red violet next, with them sort of put in colour order. So the soft touch, the harmonious and the pastel tint all mixed together in a colour order, and I put together a chart like that. So I used that to put them in the pencil case. So I'm looking forward to using them all together, because the harmonious set I don't think it's very good as a standalone set, but mixed together with other sets it can be very versatile. But because you've only got greys, browns, greens and a few pinks, purple maybe, there's no oranges or yellows, there's no like cinnamony browns, siennas, ochres, that sort of thing. There's no white, so it does, as a standalone it's quite difficult, but mixed together, great. And also I find the same with the pastel tint set, is that although the colours are lovely, you need to, sometimes you want to add some shadows or darken some areas, and you can't do that with the pastel pencils. They just don't work like that. I'm just going to block in these little heart shapes. They're really cute. So having them all mixed up, well, they're not mixed up, but they're in a colour order, means that they'll be far easier to use, I think, and I think I will get a lot more use out of them, because if pencils are awkward to use, whether it's because the tin or box they're in is awkward or whatever it might be, I then tend to use them less, even if I really like them. So the only pencils I don't want in a pencil case are these Polychromos. I don't know why. I still can't spread the 3 sections. I'm going back to my middle purple pink, and I'm going to fill in this bit here so it sort of matches with this bit. So this bit between the hard line and the dotted line, I'm just going to make it quite dark. Yeah, I don't know why, but I like my Polychromos in the tin. It's really weird. Whereas I had to get a pencil case for my Prismacolors, or else there's no way I would have ever used them, because the box was so big it just didn't fit on my desk. So it's just funny, there's like this little mental thing in my head going, nope, Polychromos in the tin. Oh, my pencil's rolling around. So now I'm going back to the light magenta, and we're going to change around a few of the bits. If I can decide what to do. I'm thinking that I'm just going to leave those bits as they are, and I'm going to go in here and start darkening this bit and then fade it off. Like that. Just continue with that. I'm listening out while I'm doing this, because just before I left, I said I've been out. Well, maybe I didn't. Anyway, I've been out. There was a loud beeping sound in my sitting room, and I could not work out what it was. I knew it was either in the sitting room or coming through the wall, because as I went out of the door, it was quieter, but I just could not work out what it was. It sounded like my water softener when it's running out of salt, but that's down in the kitchen. You can't hear it unless you're in the kitchen, because it's in a cupboard. I'm going to do the other one the same, because I haven't really thought about what I'm doing down there. So I don't know, what was that? I wondered if, yeah, as I say, it might be something next door. But anyway, I thought to start with maybe it was a smoke alarm, but I don't think it was loud. It wasn't loud enough and consistent, because it sort of went beep, 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 then a gap, and then beep, 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 whereas a smoke alarm just continuously beeps at the loudest, most annoying sound of volume you can imagine. Well, I'm sure you've all heard one anyway. We're all setting ours off in our kitchen. We don't have a smoke alarm in our kitchen. We have a heat detector. But I'm just going to sharpen up. But we still managed to set off the hallway smoke alarm. I'm going back to the light red violet to do these bits here. I don't want to press really hard, but I just want a different colour, so I'm just going to put a light like that, so we've just got a bit of a different colour but not too dark. Yeah, so our toaster seems to burn really easily and set off the smoke alarm. My husband gets really annoyed and tries to vacuum it out all the time, and my son's like, explained to him that yes, crumbs get caught on the bottom and they might set on fire, but actually what's happening is that crumbs are getting stuck on the elements, and that's what's setting on fire. So actually vacuuming out isn't really working, because it's not strong enough. Here's the light magenta. I'm going to use it here, and then and then put less towards there, and yeah, so the vacuum, even though it's a good vacuum, it's not strong enough to pull those bits off the sort of elements. But it's because I buy a loaf of bread on a Saturday that you have to cut. It's not pre-cut, and it means it's quite crummy. don't know the right word. It's not crumbly because it's bread. It's makes a lot of big crumbs, which we don't get with the pre-cut bread. I assume it's probably because they use a sharper blade on the... I don't think they use a bread knife. They have slicing machines, don't they? Probably have a really nice sharp blade. But I think it's because I've cut it and I'm not very good at cutting bread as well. Might have a lot to do with it, but it just sets it off. Beep, 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 beep. I burnt my toast at lunchtime actually, but it didn't set it off. I think it's when you burn your own toast, because you don't burn it that much normally, then it's a little bit better. I always tell the boys about this person that I used to work with, who used to love burnt toast so much that she would put some on at breakfast time, burn it, and then go home at lunchtime and eat it cold with butter on. Yeah, never mind. We're all different. Right, I think I am done with that one. I'm going to go and get a cardigan. I'm feeling a bit shivery now. But now I've sat down for a bit. I've got a cup of tea I'm going to drink. But that one, it didn't take too long, did it, that one? But it's, I think it works quite well. I think I know what colour to do the bottom one. But you'll have to tune in tomorrow and find out. So thank you for watching today and happy colouring.